Hello, everyone. You're welcome back to my YouTube channel. You're welcome to Immigrant Voices and Victories, where we share the personal journeys of different immigrants who have either come to the UK at some point in their life or they've made the UK their second home. And yeah, on Immigrant Voices and Victories today, we have a wonderful guest, my sister, a friend. We went from PhD mates to sisters to friends. And yeah, we're still in very good contact. And today we have Dr. Paywast Jamal Jalal. So before we start, we like to ask our guests different questions and yeah, just to know a bit more about you. So there's question 1 to 44. So if you choose one number, any number you like.
Number, okay. 20.
20. Wow. Okay. What's an adventurous thing that you have done recently?
Start going to the gym.
Oh, wow.
Yes, because I was planning in this year to start taking care of my health more. So that's one of my plan, to go to the gym, and I hope I will stick it with it.
How is it going? Are you enjoying it?
Yes, a lot. I need it really.
That's good. Good luck with that. I have not started going to the gym yet, but I will try in the future.
Yes. I hope near future.
Do you want to go for another number?
Another number, 33.
33. What do you do to relieve yourself when you're stressed?
Doing meditation, because yoga session as well.
Oh, good.
So yes, reading, and that's it.
Oh, good.
Pray.
So when you're stressed, you like reading. That's how you know a scientist.
Yes, I like reading, but not the scientific thing. It's more general and something that is related to be calm, to be not stressed. And listening to music, really, this is one of the my favorite thing that I want to do most.
I like music as well, and if you can remember, I like singing. So every time I feel stressed,
the singer of our group.
So every time I feel stressed, I listen to music. Gospel music most often than not. Now we can start our interview. So can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself, where you are from?
First of all, I want to thank you for having me today in your channel, and I hope you every time and all the success, because you deserve it. I'm Paywast Jamal Jalal. I am Kurdish from Iraq, specifically from living in the Sulemani city, which is located north of Iraq. I live all my life in this city. So I have all my memory here. I complete my baccalaureate in the University of Sulemani. Also, I have a higher diploma and a master in degree in molecular virology. For my PhD, I had a chance to go through a program named a split site PhD, which was a collaboration between two universities, my university, University of Sulemani, and Nottingham University. So after that, since 2019, when I completed my PhD, I am a lecturer at the University of Sulemani College of Science, Biology Department specifically.
And she's a mother as well, a mother of 2 beautiful children.
Yes, you are right. One of them, she has a 9 years old. Lewan is her names, and Lawin, he is 14 years old now.
Yeah.
And they were a baby when I was in the UK. Yes.
I know. Yes. They've grown so well. So yeah, what really motivated you to do a split site PhD?
To be honest with you, it was not in my plan to go abroad for any kind of the study in my entire life. Because of the financial crisis at that time, there were no PhD or higher education program for about 5 years. After my university, they announced the program, the PhD, they said that some of the PhD are in the program named as a split site PhD. And in that time, most of the academicians, they don't know anything about the split site PhD, because it was the first time opening and our university experiencing a new program. At that time, I had a chance to accept in that program, and specifically when I make a submission for all the documents to start the PhD, when I speak to my local supervisor and give me point about the research, what is the research plan, and what is the idea about the work, I was curious about it because it was the same line of my master. After that, I follow all the university instruction, and fortunately, I accepted for that program.
Oh, that's good. Wow. So you had a split side PhD between University of Sulemani and University of Nottingham. So what was your experience like in the UK back then?
Oh, a lot of experience, a lot of things, a lot of people. To be honest with you, it was a challenge for me to live abroad because I've never leave my city. It was a challenge for me to go to the airport and travel alone, really. I need to be honest. So every step I did in that time for my PhD, it was a challenge. First, when I was here, preparation for the requirement of the Nottingham University, it was difficult as well, because it was 2013 and the ISIS was coming, and all the places that doing the IELTS exam, they were closed, no one doing it. So at that time, it was very embarrassing because I should wait for a very long time until they came back and doing the exact requirement for IELTS, the exact degree. So later, when I did the requirements, it took me about 1.5 years. At that time, I had a baby. She was 1 year old at that time. Then my boy, he was younger. He was 3 years old. So it was challenging for me to leaving them at that age. But you may ask me why you didn't bring them to UK. Because it was the ISIS here. And I was coming to the UK for the studying. And there was a risk to make a visa for all of the family. And there was a chance to check the visa for mine as well. That's why we make a discussion as a family, me and my husband, and he was preferring that I must ask for the visa for myself, and later they make it. Okay, they make a submission for the visa, and that's what we did exactly. I get the visa and I travel to UK. Then when I was there after 2 months, when they submit their visa, they rejected. So that's why they didn't came, and it was a very tough time for me. They didn't get it. Okay. Oh. It was a very tough time for me, and it was very hard because I was planning for them to come and living in a bigger house, and that's it. So it was a of challenge there because as I said, all the steps in that program was challenge for me. Later, the other thing, language, the getting the accents of the UK people, it was very difficult for me at the beginning because, my mother language is Kurdish, and it is completely different from the English. There is no anything that we can deal with it. I study English in the school, one lesson, and in the college, that's it. There is no anything that is make easy for me to come to there. And when I listened to first time to the UK accent, it was so difficult. And sometimes I make my friends and my supervisor to repeat the things twice in order to understand. And most of the time I couldn't understand, but I pick some words, then link in it, I will go with it. So the language was a big for me, really. Then the culture, because I am a very social person. I can't imagine in the morning going to the office, no one talking to the other. That was, that was a very big challenge for me. How these people, they don't talk to each other. Why? So it too long time for me to adapt to that culture. People not talking only in the necessary time or way. when there is a necessary point, you must talk. And I didn't cope with that until came back here. If you remember, at the end, all the time, everyone coming to the when they come to the lab, they said, "Good morning, Prius." Hi, because I used to make all of them the same. It was challenge at that time, but when I remember now, I laugh on myself. Why I was like that. Later, another thing, immigration and the legal procedure. It was difficult as well. Doing some medical care and the immigrant requirement, it was also challenge for me. Finding accommodation, a good accommodation, because it was too expensive for me. And I should find something, because I don't know the place. It was difficult to find a nearby place from our work. Later, the university requirement, for example, the IELTS exam test and all the official document that should submitted many times. The social integration, as I said to you, and we discussed it many times at that time for me. To be abroad from my family, from that social life that I have it, to be alone. Another challenge for me, the healthcare and support service. Oh my God. When you need a doctor here in my country, you don't need to go and all the time making the medical description. You can go to any place and you get any medication that you want. But in the UK, no. No, impossible. That was a very, very big challenge for me. Understanding and accessing the UK healthcare system, registration with a local doctor, and potentially finding a support. It was all challenge because I remember I have pain in one of my ears.
Yeah, I remember you.
Yeah. I suffered about 4 months. I couldn't get a good medication for it until I get back to my home country. Then I get the medication, and it was solved at that time. And the last thing, homesickness. It was very difficult. Yeah,
I know.
Because I remember when I was coming through the way to the lab. I was just crying, believe me. And when I came back from the lab to my accommodation, and always, all the time, listening to sad music and always cry. Believe me, my husband one time came visit me and he said, "You are crying because of this music. Why you are listening to this kind of music?" Really? Yeah. He said to me, "That's why you are crying all the time. Why you are listening to this kind of music?" So, what was it? Because I miss my children a lot. I cannot imagine myself now. You cannot believe this, what I said now. When I think that I was leaving them and they were too young, I can't believe myself that I did that step in my life. Really, it was a big challenge for me. Really.
Wow. I think the good thing was you had the family to support you, and
yes, that was a very, very, very good for me.
Yeah.
Especially my husband's,
Yeah.
He never called me and said, "Why you are not coming back? Why this PhD not finished?" Because he was so supportive, really. When their visa rejected, he called me. He said that this is a good for you because you will focus 100% on your study. Don't worry about my children. I am with them. I am supporting them. So that really, that's make me more confident, more to be more relaxed and focusing more on my study. My full time there was for the study. That's why I finished the work too quickly. That was one of the
motivation
things
you had.
He motivating me to complete all of my work on time.
Yeah, that's so good. And but the good thing as well, you were able to adapt.
That is not from me. not because I am a social person. Really, I cannot forget what the people there doing for me. All of the people in the lab, Dr. Alex Starr, our supervisor, the Dr. Patrick, Dr. Richard, Dr. Barney, they all, believe me, they are the most supportive people that I ever see, and they teach me a lot. All the students, Chris, Theo, Dr. Chris, Dr. Theo, you, Yemi, you were too kind with me, really, and you show me what friends and look like. All dealing with me just like a sister. You know what the sister doing, making for each other. You did the same thing for me, with me, and many other people that I can't remember their name now. But believe me, all the people in the lab, they were so supportive. They were there were encouragement with each other. You remember?
Yes.
When one of us, they don't have the good results, we try to help to make a technique with them. So that was a most beautiful thing happened to me. Believe me.
And Adi as well.
Adi, he was of the kind person, because he was the same. He has the same situation as mine.
Yes, his family was back home.
His family was back in Nigeria, right?
Yeah.
So the people there was so kind. I know, some of my friends there was in other groups working. They don't have this relationship. They didn't have it. They have a problem to dealing, for example, doing PCR. They were fighting with each other. They can't plan together to do the work consequently. So we were not have these things. We were just like a family. That's why I cope with that, really.
You are so you are a lovely person as well, Paywast. It's so good. As immigrants, it's always good because the kind of tradition we have back home is different. The way we relate with each other is different.
Yeah,
and it's good when we come to...
Yes. Do you remember the first time when you came back from Nigeria and saw me?
Yes.
You give me up without knowing me. Yeah, that was a very good support for me. The hug, the nice word, the song that you sang in the lab, all of it in my memory. Believe me, all the time I am there, because you give me a very positive energy. I will never forget those people.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so kind. They show me, we were coming from a very different culture.
Yes.
But we never ask the other, what is your religion?
Yes.
We are asking about the culture, about the
Yes.
So we were just like a family.
Yes.
You all teach me that we were from different culture, but we can cope with each other.
Yes. And that's what it should be. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what country or what religion you are. When you're together, you should be one. And before you left, then we went to a Kurdistan restaurant and we had food.
You remember?
Yeah.
It was a wonderful time for me. Believe me. Each day I have a good memory.
Yeah, and thank you so much as well. Paywast supported me when I was pregnant in the lab. When I want to carry something, she'd be like, "Yeah, leave it. If it was back in my country, you won't be doing anything." I was like, "No, it's my PhD." I said to Paywast, "No, it's my PhD. It doesn't matter if I'm pregnant. I can do it." And Paywast would say, "No, don't carry that, Yemi. Don't carry it, Yemi." And it was so lovely.
Wonderful relationship.
Yes.
And that's what make those time easy for me. Believe me. When I was talking to my friends, my Kurdish friends from the other department, they cannot believe me. Do you know? They cannot believe that we were so supportive, helping each other in. For example, you have something to do in the morning, early morning. You can't come, and you have something to bring out from the fridge, from the PCR. I don't know what else. They couldn't believe that we were helping each other, and we were not blaming each other. We were not fighting on a machine. So it was easy time, really. That's make our study easy. That's in my
Wow.
point of view. That was make my time easy and can cope with all the difficulty that I was facing.
It's so good that you really had a great time and you were able to adapt, which is what it is all about. Life will be filled with challenges. So if you're out there listening to myself and Paywast came to the UK for a split side PhD. She struggled with a lot of things, but in the end, she was able to adapt. She found what made her happy. And thank God, the University of Nottingham and the people in our lab, everyone, we made each other feel at home. And all thanks to our wonderful supervisors as well, Alex Tarr and everyone. We are so grateful. It's so good as an immigrant.
Dr. William Arvin, Dr.
Professor William,
Arvin. Yeah. They all very, very intelligent people, really. They behave like a professor.
Yes.
Because I know many other people they holding professor, but unfortunately they don't have those passion, those helpful for other people. So they were very kind to us.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
They teach us a lot.
Yes. All thanks to University of Nottingham, I guess. As an international student, when you go to a university, that's the kind of culture you want. You want to feel at home. You want to be happy with what you're doing.
Yes.
And the support we had during our PhD was second to none. And we are grateful for it. We are very grateful. Oh, wow. I think you've covered almost all the questions now. I'm talking about your challenges, how you adapted to it and everything. Were there any other extra curriculum activities that you did?
At the UK, you
Yes, in the UK, yes, when you were here.
Yes. When I was there, most of my time it was in the lab because my time was restricted. I had only 1 year and a half to finish all of my PhD work. So most of the time I in the lab. But despite that, for example, in the weekend, I planned many times to travel to other city, London. We went to some other places as well. Oxford, I went with a group, and to Manchester. So at the weekend, for the entire day, they have a program for the international students to have a bus and go to travel for the entire day and coming back. That was changing my mood and changing my time, really. Going to shopping to the city center, that was my very lovely time for me. And going to the different park there at the weekend as well, gathering with family, some of the family that I knew them. I had some friends that they were friends for me from here, and we were studied there. We were gathering together in the weekend or some other days that we have a time, and that's it. That was my activities there.
Wow, we've been having a great time with Paywast today, talking about her journey when she was in the UK on a split side PhD program. She was doing a PhD program with her university, the University of Sulemani at Kurdistan, and the University of Nottingham, and we were together in the same lab, and it's so good to have her here today. Paywast has just been sharing her journey of how she felt at home when she was in the lab, and how she got support, and how she was able to adapt with being an immigrant in the UK during that time. So this is the end of part 1. Connect on this channel. Immigrant Voices and Victories is here to inspire you, to help you learn, and to help you grow. It's a platform, and the best platform, I think, where you can learn, connect, and be inspired, because we share people's personal journeys of how they came to the UK and what they did when they were here. So we're here today with Paywast. See you in the next part.